It is the 27th of the month, and you are sitting in your car in a grocery store parking lot. Engine off. Bags in the back seat. Ice cream probably melting. But you are not driving home. You are staring at your phone, thumb hovering over your banking app, doing the thing you do every month now, trying to decide if you actually want to know. Here's the weird part. You make more money than you have ever made in your life. More than the version of you who used to say, if I could just make this much, I'd be fine. You made it. You hit the number. And you are still sitting in a parking lot, afraid of a number on a screen. So where did the raise go? Why did the dream salary stop feeling rich? And why does it feel like no matter how fast you run, the finish line keeps moving? To understand it, you have to go back 4 weeks to payday. The first of the month feels amazing. Your paycheck hits, and for about 12 seconds, you are a financial genius. You open the app on purpose this time. There it is, proof. You are not failing. You are back. Then your brain starts making plans. Not bad plans, reasonable ones. You are not buying a boat. You are just tired of feeling tight all the time. So this month, you are going to breathe a little. You get the better groceries, the kind where you do not compare every label. You say yes to dinner because you have said no the last 3 times. And none of it feels irresponsible. That is the scary part. It feels deserved. Because it is. For the first week, the pressure lifts. You are not rich, but you feel less cornered. Then week 2 starts, and the bills arrive like they were waiting outside the door. Rent, car insurance, phone, electric, credit card, a subscription you forgot existed, a medical bill from 3 months ago. The balance drops. Not dramatically, quietly, like air leaving a tire. And a small thought appears. It is probably fine. You ignore it, because it is only the 9th, and you make good money now. You remember the raise. You walked out of that meeting almost floating, doing the math before you got to your car. Extra money every month. The kind that was supposed to change things. And for 1 month, it did. Then something strange happened. The raise did not vanish all at once. It dissolved. A slightly nicer apartment because you were tired of the old one. A car payment that felt reasonable because your income was higher now. The grocery run where you stopped checking prices. The takeout that became normal because cooking after work felt impossible. No single decision ruined you. That is what makes it hard to see. Nobody wakes up and says, I am going to inflate my life until my raise disappears. It happens one reasonable choice at a time. Then one day, the nicer apartment is not exciting anymore. It is just where you live. The raise is still there, but the feeling is gone. And now you need the next raise just to feel the way this one was supposed to make you feel. That is the first piece of the machine. Your income goes up, your life stretches to fit it. Then your brain calls the stretch normal. But that does not explain the worst part. Because even when you are doing better, everyone else looks like they are doing better faster. It happens at night. You are tired. You should sleep. Instead, you open your phone and tell yourself it will be 2 minutes. It is never 2 minutes. Someone your age just bought a house. Someone younger is explaining how they retired early. A couple is walking through an airport lounge like it is a normal Tuesday. A guy makes $20,000 a month from something you do not fully understand. then a house tour, then a vacation, then a watch, then a caption that says, "Don't settle." And now your perfectly normal life starts to look like evidence against you. Your apartment looks smaller. Your job feels slower. Your bank account feels embarrassing. Nothing changed in the room, only the comparison changed. That is the second piece of the machine. You used to compare yourself to people you actually knew, your street, your coworkers, your friends. Now you compare yourself to the most successful, luckiest, best lit 6 seconds of everyone on earth. Not one person's real life. Millions of highlight reels stitched into one fake standard. Of course you feel behind. You are not comparing your life to another life. You are comparing your entire life to everyone else's best moment. You close the app, but the feeling stays. So the next morning, coffee is not just coffee. It is proof you are not disciplined enough. Rent is not just rent. It is proof you do not own. Your friend's trip is not their trip. It is proof you are losing. And now money has stopped being money. It has become a scoreboard. A scoreboard creates pressure, and pressure looks for relief. It is the 14th. You are doing fine. Not great, fine. Then you have a bad day. Not movie bad, normal bad. Your boss asks for something at 4:57. Traffic is awful. You are hungry. And on the drive home, you pass the store. You know the one. The one where you only go in just to look. You do not need anything. But need is not why you stop. You stop because for 20 minutes, buying something feels like control. You walk around under bright lights. Everything is clean. Everything is arranged. Everything says, this version of you is possible. The organized you. The calm you. The one with matching containers and good shoes and a life that looks intentional. You buy 3 things, not insane things, just things. And walking back to the car, you feel better. For maybe an hour. Then you get home, put the bag on the table, take the tags off, throw the receipt away, and the feeling starts leaking out. Because you did not buy the thing. Not really. You bought relief. And relief has a short battery life. That is the third piece of the machine. The economy does not need you broke. It needs you uncomfortable. Just uncomfortable enough to believe the next purchase might fix the feeling. Just hopeful enough to try. Just tired enough not to think too hard. So your spending is not about survival. It is not even about fun. It is emotional pain management with a checkout button. But before you blame yourself completely, there is something else you need to see. Because part of this actually is rigged. Here is where most money advice lies to you. It tells you this is all mindset, that if you feel broke, it is because you bought coffee. That is not true. Housing really is expensive. Healthcare really is expensive. Childcare, education. The things that make a person feel safe have become harder to buy. So if you feel like the basics take more of your life than they should, you are not imagining it. And anyone selling you a purely positive mindset around that is insulting you. But here's the part nobody likes. 2 things can be true at the same time. The system can be harder than it should be, and your finish line can still be moving. If it were only your fault, the answer would be simple. fix yourself. If it were only the system's fault, the answer would be simple: give up. It is both. And that means there is one part you can still control. Not everything. One part. The number. Ask someone what income would make them feel safe. They almost never say, "I already have it." They say, "Probably a little more." Ask someone making $50,000. They say 75. Ask someone making 75, they say 100. Ask someone making 200 and they say, "Yeah, but not where I live." The number changes, the sentence stays the same. A little more. The finish line is not a finish line. It is a treadmill screen. You run toward the number, you get there, and the screen updates. And if you never choose a stopping point, the world will choose one for you. It will always be more. So now you are back in the car, the 27th. Groceries in the back, phone in your hand. And for the first time, you understand why you are scared. You are not just afraid the number is low. You are afraid it will confirm something about you, that you failed, that everyone else figured out a rule you missed. But what if the problem is not that you failed the number? What if the problem is that you never picked one? Not a fantasy number, not the private jet number, your real number. The monthly cost of a life you would actually be proud to live. Rent, food, bills, a little fun, a real emergency fund, money for the people you love, enough room to sleep at night. Once you name it, the game changes. Because now every dollar has a job. Below enough, money is safety. Above enough, money becomes something else. Freedom, time, choice. Most people never define enough. So every extra dollar gets swallowed by the machine. And the finish line runs again. So what do you actually do? Not in theory, this month. You write one number, the honest cost of a life you would be proud to live. Not impressive, honest. Most people never say it out loud, which is exactly why they can never reach it. You circle the gap. The space between what you earn and what your life costs. That gap is where your future lives. So when the next raise comes, move the money before the month can explain why you need it. You mute the scoreboard. Someone else's house is not your number. Someone else's vacation is not your number. Their life can be beautiful and still not be instructions. You look at the phone again. Same parking lot, same groceries, same app. But something is different now. Before, the number was a verdict. Now it is information. So you open it. Maybe it is worse than you hoped. Maybe it is better. Either way, it is not a monster anymore. It is a measurement, and measurements can be changed. Then you do something small. No montage, no financial rebirth. You open your notes app and type one line. What is enough? Then under it, you write the first number that feels honest. And for the first time all month, the finish line stops running. Not forever, but long enough to take one step toward it. The people who feel rich are not always the ones with the most money. They are the ones who stopped letting the world move the number for them. So maybe the question is not, why do I feel broke? Maybe it is, who taught me what enough was supposed to look like? And do I still agree? Every week, we break down the hidden game behind money, the psychology, the pressure, the system, and the choices still left to you. Subscribe and find out what your money has been trying to tell you.